All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to be talking about Ramadan, a month that's incredibly important for Muslims all over the world.
And I really do mean all over the world. We're talking about over 1 billion people. For them, this isn't just another page to tear off the calendar. It's the most sacred month of the entire year. It's a time for deep devotion, for reflection, and for community.
So if you're looking at it from the outside, you might just see the not eating, the not drinking, and think, wow, that looks like a serious test of endurance, just hunger and thirst, right? But is that really what it's all about?
To get the full picture, we've got to peel back the layers. So let's take a journey together, okay? We'll start with the things you can see, the physical rules, and work our way inward, all the way to the spiritual heart of the practice.
First up on our journey, the most visible part, the discipline of the body, the actual physical act of fasting.
Okay, so the official term for this is Sam, and it's pretty straightforward. No food, no drink, and no marital relations from the crack of dawn till sunset. But here's the key part, the thing that's absolutely crucial, the intention. This is all done as an act of obedience to God.
So who's expected to do this? Well, it applies to sane, adult Muslims who are physically able. But, and this is really important, there's a lot of compassion built right into the rules. If you're sick or elderly or traveling, or if you're a woman who is pregnant or nursing, you're actually exempt. It shows this amazing balance between spiritual devotion and just taking care of your body.
All right, let's clear up a few things people often wonder about. The big rule here is intention. If you totally forget and take a sip of water by accident, your fast is still good. It happens. And yeah, normal daily things like brushing your teeth or taking a shower, totally fine. No problem at all.
But you see, all these physical rules, they're really just the tip of the iceberg. They're all pointing to something much, much deeper. There's this verse in the Quran that says, fasting is prescribed so that you can ward off evil. And that right there, that's our first big clue. This isn't just about not eating. It's a tool for transforming yourself from the inside out.
Okay, so we've got the body covered. Let's peel back that next layer and talk about the mind. This is where we shift from physical discipline to mental training.
I mean, just think about our day-to-day lives. The phone is constantly buzzing, you're endlessly scrolling, there's just so much noise, right? Information overload is real. And in the middle of all that chaos, Ramadan offers this powerful off-ramp. It's a way to step back from all the noise and just refocus your mind. The central idea here is a concept called muraqabah. Now you might hear that and think, oh, like mindfulness. And yeah, there are some similarities, but it's also fundamentally different. Muraqabah is this constant, deeply felt conviction that God is aware of everything about you. Not just what you do, but what you think, what you feel, your deepest intentions. It's like a total state of self-awareness, but always in the presence of the divine.
There's this really powerful teaching from the Prophet Muhammad that just nails this idea. He describes spiritual excellence as worshiping God as if you see him, for if you do not see him, he certainly sees you. Wow, think about that. It's all about building this really profound, constant sense of the divine presence.
Now, you might think that would make you anxious, right? Being aware of being watched all the time? But the goal is actually the complete opposite. The intended fruit of this practice is something called al-sakinah, and that's a state of just tranquil calm, a deep contentment that comes directly from that connection. So, we've talked about the body, and we've talked about the mind. Now we're getting to the very heart of it, the deepest layer of our journey, the soul. What is all of this really for, on a spiritual level? This is some powerful imagery, isn't it? The edge of the sword, directed toward the carnal soul. It sounds intense. But the idea here isn't violent. It's about using the fast as a spiritual tool to kind of gently tame the ego. You know, that part of us that's all about I want, our base desires. And by practicing this restraint day after day, something starts to shift. The soul begins to realize its true nature. It learns that it's kind of like a pilgrim just passing through this world, that its real home, its ultimate destination, lies beyond all this material stuff. It's that classic idea of being in the world, but not totally of the world. And this feeling of detachment, it's not seen as a loss at all. Actually, it's a huge gain. There's a famous saying from the Prophet Muhammad, "Spiritual poverty is my glory." It flips the whole idea on its head. It's saying that being independent from worldly needs is a noble, glorious state. It's about finding a richness that has nothing to do with material things.
So when you hear a phrase like the death of the passions, don't think of it as something destructive. Think of it more like a deep spiritual cleanse, a way to empty the soul of all its negative residues, which leads to this profound sense of rejuvenation. It's like a spiritual rebirth.
But here's the thing, this huge, deep internal transformation, it doesn't just stay locked inside, it has to come out. So for our last section, let's see how this very personal inward journey flows back out into the world.
A vital part of wrapping up the month is an obligatory charity known as Zakatul Fitr, and it serves this really beautiful two-part purpose. First, it helps to purify the person who fasted, kind of like cleaning up any minor shortcomings. And second, and this is huge, it ensures that even the poorest members of the community have the food they need to celebrate too.
And that just illustrates the link so perfectly, doesn't it? The personal and the communal. You spend a whole month practicing self-restraint, and how does it all culminate? By giving to others. That inner journey finds its ultimate expression in taking care of the people around you.
And then, of course, the entire month leads up to Eid al-Fitr, the festival of breaking the fast. It's this huge day of communal prayers, amazing food, and shared joy. A massive celebration of gratitude for having completed the spiritual journey of Ramadan.
So there you have it. From physical discipline to mental focus to a deep spiritual rebirth that flows back out into the community, Ramadan is this really holistic process of renewal. Which leaves us with this final thought. After a month of such intense renewal, how is that spirit of mindfulness, restraint, and generosity carried forward into the rest of the year?